They're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Okay,
Sorry, almost ready.
I'm dying, Squirtle. Please. Just a little water. I'm on fire, please. Alright.
Ladies and gents, are you ready? This is Pup Star World Tour. Reaching out to everyone, everybody come along.
From the humans who brought you Air Bud and Air Buddies.
Time to take back Pup Star.
Tiny, something big is up.
You look strangely familiar. It's classified.
Yeah, that's funny. Not like haha funny.
3, 2, 1. Recording in Audacity.
Recording in Audacity.
Hey, fuck you. What the fuck was that intro, you fucking asshole?
Welcome to Rough Cuts. It's our podcast where we watch good boys and bad movies. That's right, we watch bad dog movies and then immediately talk about them. This is my friend and co-host Boix, who is shaking his head at me as he sips his hoity-toity Fiji water.
It's from Fiji. You know that, because it says it on the fucking bottle.
You're gonna have your assistant run out and get you some honey for your tea, rapido. And I'm the other host, Ilian. We watched, the reason why we're talking about that is because we watched Pup Star World Tour, the racism movie. I mean, that was the tagline. We don't need the
That's all
tagline.
of them. You don't need to add that. That's just...
Well, but
every one
World
of
Tour especially, the minute it was like, oh, it's the World Tour, we're going to go around the world, I was like, oh no.
Okay, so we're going to go around the world. Let's talk about Pup Star 1, first of all, because there's context for anybody who missed that episode.
This is why we normally watch sequels. See, everybody always goes, well, but you didn't watch the first one. I'm like, did you want context? Do you need us to tell it to you for like 10 minutes? Do you really want to sit here and learn the geopolitical and ethical ramifications of Pup Star? You can do that by watching the first podcast and then not having, or reading, listening, not reading, not watching.
Watch the audio go up and down.
Yes.
The waves.
I mean, I've done enough of audio editing at this point. I can almost know what a lot of the words are.
Are you doing okay, Leon? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm all right. I'm all right. God damn it. God damn it. I didn't know you were doing it first. God damn it.
I thought you could use someone to talk to.
I'm alright.
Well, okay,
anyway,
so
Pup Star.
Yes, Pup Star. Talk about Pup Star 1, the political implications of it. What is this world? Because it's
first
fucked.
of all,
it's fucked.
This world has lore. That's important. Second of all, it's not. It is in the Air Bud franchise and in the Air Bud universe. We found out this movie because they watch Air Bud in this movie.
Well, but did they watch Air Bud and it's a documentary, or did they watch Air Bud and they're watching the Air Bud movie?
They're watching the movie. So Air Bud.
But that's what I'm saying. But is it? That's what I mean, though. Is Air Bud canon, as in like it really happened, or is Air Bud just a movie that was filmed and they're watching the movie of Air Bud?
Air Bud is not shot like a okay. I need to. Do you know what a documentary is? Have you
Yes,
seen
I
a
know, but I'm saying that because in this universe, the dogs talk now.
Well, the dogs do talk, and they don't talk in Air Bud, which is why it can't be a documentary, because Air Bud would talk in that movie.
Okay, so that's what I mean. So like so the movie,
it's a
Air
fictional
Bud.
movie. Well, unless
that's sort of
no, it could be a documentary because in the Pup Star universe, only some dogs can talk, and it's the dogs that were lucky enough to get treats that were genetically altered to change their DNA so they can talk like a human.
We have uplifted dogs.
But only the rich dogs.
Correct. Yeah.
The poor dogs stay in the slave labor caste system of human pets. So Air Bud could have not been good enough
That's what. Yes, this is my point.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm trying to
Okay.
say is like it was Air Bud a movie, and then he got like uplifted afterwards, or is it like he's just part of the lower caste that will never gain intelligence, and they're like, oh look at that, it's one of those poor dogs that almost has made it.
But Air Bud's an international sensation. Like, it's a superstar.
I don't know.
Do you think they would just leave a basketball playing dog
I don't know. We don't know. We've never seen Air Bud talk. Air Bud's not in this universe in that way. But
we have seen Air Bud talk in Air Buddies. Air Bud talks.
But nobody knows that Air Bud talks. Air Bud talks only to other dogs in that. He's not talking to humans. In this, the dogs talk to humans because they're uplifted. They can talk and they can speak in English.
You're not wrong.
Or in any language.
Yeah, well, just English.
Well, okay.
No.
Well, they do. They can do racist English accents, though.
Sometimes Spanish. Yeah.
Oh, they do a little bit of Spanish.
Anyways, after genetically altering dogs with treats and Pup Star, which may or may not have also happened to Air Bud,
and may or may not have some really fucked up ethical implications, as we might have just slightly alluded to.
At the end of Pup Star, Bark, who was a contestant on the first season...
Well, he was a contestant and a judge.
No, Bark
right?
wasn't a judge. No.
Didn't he but wasn't he like the 5-time winner or something? Like he was like...
He was like the 3-time winner or whatever, and they just keep bringing the... And that's why they couldn't have Scrappy, because Scrappy was dog-napped at the end of this one. Because Scrappy was the winner, and they were going to bring her back.
So they always do the previous winner, but he kept on beating everybody, I guess.
And then they found out that he was cheating. And he got arrested, along with his eye patch-wearing assassin, Kano. And Kano's assistant, Roland, who's just a guy.
He's just the dude. Yeah. I love how much this movie goes like off the rails, like both of them immediately.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you have this dog that's got an eye patch and like a badge and he talks like this and he's a real badass. And then there's just the human dude.
And Kano was hired by Bark to assassinate Tiny in the first movie.
Yes, who was an up-and-comer Pup Star.
Who is now a judge after...
Okay, we haven't explained what Pup Star is either, by the way. Pup Star is just a reality TV show.
It's just American Idol. It even has Simon Growl and Bob Gnarly, which isn't a dog pun.
Yeah, there was Bob Gnarly. There was... What did they do for Paula Abdul? I can't remember what that one was.
That was just Paula Abdul again.
Was it just Poodle Abdul or something?
I think it was Poodle Abdul, but they also just put Paula Abdul on stage. They called her a dog. It was weird. It didn't make sense.
Okay. She was running around on all fours the whole movie, so I couldn't really tell.
Yeah. No, there's definitely fetish stuff going on in this film.
Oh God.
But anyway,
you can't just yell out, "This is just fetish gear" at me.
Yes, I can.
Well, we're watching the movie.
I can't wait to see what Team Tiny has to offer.
That's just fetish
It's
gear.
like taking a bone from a puppy.
Because you're right, and I hated it. Stop showing me your Amazon wish list in the middle of our movies.
Bark and Kano got arrested and sent to canine correctional facilities. But Roland got away, and this is important because Roland is running the canine correctional facilities.
Because no one knows how to do background checks or something. I don't know.
I guess. But that's the setup for the sequel of another season of Pup Star. Yes. But this time they go around the world, everywhere.
It's now a world tour.
In the world. Do you know which places they go in the world? It's everywhere you would think.
It's China, India. Was it Nigeria? Did they
Nigeria, and then
right?
Mexico.
And Mexico.
Those are the 4 places in the world.
Well, and they also went to Mexico. Yeah, okay.
Mexico, yeah.
Because wasn't there somebody?
No, it was just the 4.
Okay, yeah, no, that's just the 4. You're right. Yeah, okay, fair
That's
enough.
the whole world. That's everywhere they went.
And, oh my god, they do... Everything is so racist. I don't know how to approach this other than everything is so racist.
They were by far the worst to the Chinese dog. They're all bad.
Well, they also went to Jamaica. They did the Jamaica one too.
No, because the Jamaican dog is Bob Gnarly, and they only went to Jamaica to dog nap his children, who were Jamaican dogs.
But I thought that they had a singer from there too.
Nope, just Bob Gnarly.
Okay. Because I do remember all of the kids and stuff that we're doing. Like, all the extremely racist Jamaican accents.
Oh,
constantly.
Yeah, man. I know.
Now we be jumping mad with Team Gnarly and Mobo.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not do them. Let's not do them. We don't want to. Nope, we're good. The temptation, nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're definitely not doing the Chinese and Indian accents.
I almost got my co-host canceled. Fuck.
No, you did not. No, I was never going to do it. I'm not doing it. No.
It almost worked. Anyways, the movie opens up with Jimmy Kibble. On a talk show with Tiny, introducing, and the rest of the judges from Pup Star, introducing all of their families to the world for some reason.
Because they needed to introduce the characters, but they're too stupid and lazy to do it in the story.
They couldn't do it in a natural way.
Correct, yeah.
So they're just like, here's Simon Growl's dad. Here's Bob Gnarly's Jamaican kids. They're Jamaican.
Here's all these people that will be kidnapped as part of the plot once we get to that in about 35 minutes.
Yeah, 30, 40, something. In a while. We don't have any time between here and now to introduce them, so right at the front. All
the rest of that has to be time taken up by us doing really, really bad auto-tuned... like American
musical
Idol style
numbers.
pop songs so that we can sell a soundtrack to idiot children.
The soundtrack has to be like 5, 6 songs because they just reuse the same songs.
Yep.
Every dog has one act.
Yes. They do a finale as a second song, but it's just the same song, but with a judge also.
With a judge just like, yeah, what, yeah.
In
They're just like Little John.
Yes.
Okay. It's like, okay, I guess. I mean, that adds
they did have the beatboxing police dog that throws sirens and explosions. And...
That dog ruled. That was a big problem there.
Oh, we're so far off track on this one.
so they introduce all the fucking family members, including Scrappy, who was the previous year's winner, and Tiny's sister, and also a rapping dog. With Pup, another rapping dog, and they rap together.
P-U-P. Excuse you. Nobody says Pup, it's P-U-P. Come on.
And they also got Lil Bow Wow and Normal Bow Wow.
That was like the one good joke. That joke is amazing. We got Little Bow Wow and Normal Bow Wow and Big Bow Wow. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
God damn it.
All the sizes of Bow Wow that you can want.
And then after introducing the family, what do? They hard cut the dog prison.
The only part of the movie that we cared about, dog prison.
Finally.
Oh my god, it takes so long to get to dog prison. What, time to dog prison in this is like 15 minutes at least.
No, it's less than that.
No,
they do spend a long time introducing, but...
I thought, no, you're right. No, they do it right at the beginning. You're right.
It's literally the beginning.
Yes, you're right.
Because they cut in the middle of the piece of Jimmy Kibble introducing the parents to dog prison, and they cut back, and they cut back to dog prison.
Sorry, I was on my phone every time that it wasn't dog prison, so I just forget.
Well, to be fair, you didn't miss much.
No,
there was I somehow have a page of notes. There was nothing that happened in this movie, but I have a page.
I wrote notes, and I eventually just petered out because there was just kind of nothing.
There were multiple times watching this where we're both just silent. Nobody wants to say anything, and we're just waiting for something interesting to happen, and it doesn't. And then...
Well, because it's like all big, fake CGI musical shit, like it's a reality TV show. That's most of this movie, so it's just a song with like a bunch of fake pyrotechnics and fake dog dancing and
electrocuting the dog in prison.
Okay, but that part I watched. I did watch that. I made sure to watch that.
Yeah, I was
all ready.
I got my Cybermud eyes enhanced.
Okay, so they go to dog prison. We hold on. I'm trying to get this train desperately back near the track somewhere. I have to edit this one. You can't do this to me.
Yes, I can.
I see what you did now. This is like a challenge every week when it's the other person's time to edit. Just derail this shit as much as possible. We're in dog prison. Roland is the warden.
Yes.
Bark is in prison. He shocks Bark to show that they're correcting Bark's bad behavior by literally torturing him, which seems excessive and horrible to a bunch of auditors. The auditors leave, and he goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, my master Bark," and kneels down before him like a subject, and Bark goes, "Put on the collar," and then starts electroshocking the man. I am not making this up. This is a real thing.
Which is not a fetish thing.
Well, okay, it is, but it's not the fetish thing that we talked about later.
Show's over.
Oh.
Sorry about the shock, Bark. I had to convince them it was real. I think they bought it.
Get this thing off him.
Here. Okay. There you go.
Now you put it on.
What is happening?
Well, that dog's running the prison, obviously.
The remote.
I don't know. I don't understand what's confusing about it. Why wouldn't this dog run the prison?
This dog musical rules.
You're right. This new therapy is fantastic.
And this is all because Bark and Roland and also Kano, not from Mortal Kombat, the dog.
But they're both missing an eye, but don't worry about it.
They constantly break out of prison, which is impenetrable. Because Bark runs the prison.
Yes.
And
Warden is his lapdog.
They're going to use this because they're setting up that they're going to blackmail the judges by dog napping their family, which happens later.
Yes. Okay, they don't say that, though.
It just happens, yeah.
So the plot from Kano and Bark and Roland is circumstantial at best. They rely a lot on luck for their plan to work, they don't say what the plan is until the very end of the movie, and then they reveal the plan. Because there was a lot of times when we were sitting there going, wait, what's the plan? What are they doing now?
Why are they doing this?
Why would
what
they
is this accomplishing?
This doesn't accomplish anything. Because, they do things... they set up... eventually, they introduce all of the different contestants.
Yeah.
In extremely
racist stereotypes.
Ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's Bollywood Dog, who's Bollywood.
Well,
and poor.
They literally make it Slumdog Millionaire. That's true. That is 100%. They're parodying it, but they're not really. They're just doing it in a very racist, tropey way. Anyway, they do that for all of them. They all have
Well, there's Chinese Dog who wears a rice picker hat.
Yes.
And gets introduced with Chinese New Year's dragons and fireworks.
And the music and it's...
Yeah. There's Nigerian Dog who kills poachers and is an animal lover.
Yeah, for the most part, that was actually kind of surprising.
That one was surprisingly tame, and I think they had to go back and rewrite it because the first
That's
draft.
gotta be my guess. Yeah,
The first draft
yes.
for the Nigerian dog.
I know. I was like dreading it when they said we're going to Nigeria. I was like, oh no, because basically all of the dogs are all like, I was born in a dump, and they do this whole thing of like, oh, every country but America is obviously a slum. And poor and rural, and everybody is just abandoned and poor, and they all want to come to America where life is good and great and free, and then you can sing on reality TV. That's
I bet their first draft was the Rwanda dog, and they rethought that one.
I just we
I'm just saying.
Let's just. I don't want to like. My brain is thinking about the things that they would do with these, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea how they managed to actually get.
I don't know how they held back. Yeah,
like with the Nigerian dog, it was surprising because I was like, oh, this is gonna be really bad.
And then like the Mexican dog, Julio.
Yes,
who is one of our villains, I guess, by blackmail.
But he's also a fucker.
He's also a prick. But he's a Spanish novella soap opera
telenovela,
actor, which is probably one of the only good parts of the movie.
That's
when
another
they show the
good
novella.
Joke. Yes,
because it's like, oh, you killed my brother, who was also my best friend, who was also my astronaut sidekick.
The part that I loved about that is they had a good joke in there where they had the woman that was watching the TV show.
Yes, also be in the novella.
It zooms in on her face like those novellas do. Like,
yeah,
as she's like shocked at the twists. And so it like does that, but with the person watching the show. And I'm like, okay, that's actually good because they know what they're doing there.
Yes.
Like they're obviously fans of telenovela in a way, or like at least know the format, and they're parodying it. Like it makes sense.
They lucked into it.
No
skill there at all. They just fell face first into something that was actually good.
It definitely feels like that, yes.
But
everything else.
Julio can't sing. He's just trying to run this to be popular and get off of local telenovela shows.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants this to bump his celebrity standing into superstardom, I guess.
But he's an entitled fucker. He's a
piece of shit. Yeah. And then, so the family, by the way, is a single father. Mm-hmm. Mom's dead.
Except the Spanish-speaking, house.
The Spanish housekeeper
seems like she's the new mom, but then also she's the maid.
It's both. Because she's
maid mom. It's gross.
It's because she's Latino, I think. That's the reason. Yeah.
It's just...
as bad as that is.
It's so bad. It's all so bad.
There's the kid who's like, I don't know, 8 to 10? Somewhere around there? She's pretty young.
Older. She's older than that. Definitely more like... I would say more like 12 to 14.
And then there's the assistant who is, I don't know, like, whatever. The assistant who is just helping Tiny.
Yeah.
Run Tiny's business of celebrityism.
We probably shouldn't talk too much about the assistant because we have to get into not just the racism, but the obvious homophobia.
There's a lot of homophobia with that character. Also, like, all the minorities are helpers or assistants.
Because he's not white. The housemaid is, of course, Latino. Like, so he's Latino, she's Latino. All of the main characters and stars are all white people, and everyone else is a helper or a maid or a sound guy or...
Yeah.
It's
weird.
This is really, really, really blatant, and it's gross.
Yeah. And the first movie was the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like they
what we were getting into. No.
But...
That's why when it was World Tour, I was like, oh no, what have we done?
So anyway, each of the judges, we're like 20 minutes in, we haven't
Yes.
talked about anything. Each of the judges picks the 4 contestants.
Mhm.
So 4 judges, 4 contestants, of which there were 4.
Of which
so
there were 4.
They could only pick 1 each anyway, and they didn't have any more.
Yes,
so
they pick them to be on their team so that they can sing a duet of the same song that they've already done.
And
That's the finale.
And I guess Bark is blackmailing Julio because he knows he can't sing. And he wants to get back at Tiny by getting on Pup Star and ruining Tiny's relationships and standing. And then at the end show that he was lip syncing for Julio, which because he's a star, he got picked to win, but Julio cheated, and thus the reputation of the show is ruined. And he'll get back at them now. I guess.
This is never explained. He just does things that are evil, and then stuff happens. Like, so the whole Julio plot. So she picks Julio as her team member, and then he's like, okay, now you need to smooch on her. And it's like, wait, what? And it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to pretend to be in a relationship with her and catfish her so that you can get in the tabloids, and that'll smear her name. And you're like, oh, because the judges can't be in relationships with the contestants.
No, that's not it.
That's fine. Apparently, that's fine.
It's because she already has a boyfriend in PUP, the rapping producer dog.
Yeah, and I mean, he's really broken up, of course, because she's broken up with him, right? Like, let's go to PUP and get comment.
I'm alright.
Nah, I'm alright.
Okay.
Fucking, this dog doesn't give a shit about anything.
I fucking love that they just, every time they go to him.
This dog smokes so much weed. that he's smoking, like, the strains that are called, like, Forget the Alamo and shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Like, there's a point where after they break up, Scrappy comes in and is like, hey, PUP, you okay? And he's watching a television show that's a dog riding a rocket to the moon, and he's just
out
like,
of nowhere.
yeah,
I'm
right. This is why we can't talk about this movie. It's so weirdly racist and gross and like misogynistic and all these things, and at the same time, it's just so fucking stupid and funny because of how dumb it is.
Yeah, no, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm watching the dog space show.
Yeah. I'm watching this.
Duh.
Hey, you see this? This dog going to space. Like, man, PUP, you already in space, dude.
It's like whole fucking fur is covered in edibles and
Yes,
brownies
yeah, he was
and shit.
covered in fucking food. I don't know what that was. I guess they were showing he was binge eating or something. They just slathered this poor dog in dog food.
It's so good.
It's
I love PUP.
I
That's
love
a good dog.
everything they did with PUP was really good.
Anyway, so what the fuck were we talking about?
Julio was
Julio
smooching up on her.
Julio smooches up on her. With
She doesn't
Bart giving
want it,
him
though.
instructions. She's like, "Oh, that's fucking weird, but okay. You're a good friend, Julio. Maybe I don't know. I haven't even met you before. I'm just."
And so then they make Julio force a kiss on her for the tabloids.
Eventually, yeah.
And they
after he forces his way into her home.
Yes.
By announcing it on national television that she'll be taking him in.
Yes. And so they go on this date, and the assistant is there, and it's not supposed to be a date. It's just supposed to be them
talking about the
doing
upcoming
business
performance.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And then he forces a kiss on her, and he's saying the whole time that the assistant has to be taking photos of their whole time. So
While they're there, yeah.
So the assistant is taking photos. This is their plan, by the way. Their plan is Julio is going to kiss her, and the assistant is going to have taken the photo, and that's going to shock the assistant so much that he's going to leave his phone on the table as he runs away, which is then going to allow the evil dog to
Roland.
steal...
No,
it was Roland.
It's
yeah,
Roland in a mariachi outfit.
Yes.
Because he's the mariachi guitarist who's playing so loud they can't hear their assistant.
Sure.
Or
So
each other.
Roland has to steal the phone, and then he takes the photos and sends them to news corporations on that guy, the assistant's phone, who I don't think they even named. God, that's so awful.
No, his name's Shep.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Shep.
Because they make a really stupid joke about it.
Yeah, where they say he has a dog name.
You should never trust somebody with a dog's name. I'm like, what?
What?
But
Anyway.
what?
And so the plan is for him to have been so shocked that he leaves his phone there so that then they can send the photos to news reporters from his phone so it'll look like he did it, and then return his phone to Julio so Julio can show it and be like, see, look, it was him. That's the plan?
The dad does, and immediately turns his back on the assistant and believes Julio, who, might I add, previously, the night before, he wanted to smother with a teddy bear in his sleep.
Yes. Yep,
And,
I was going
and kill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like less than 24 hours before this father was contemplating literal murder for this dog because he's such a shithead.
And this was after the Hamburglar invasion of Kato and Roland.
God damn it.
Came in to blackmail Julio to take Tiny on the date so the assistant could take the photo and then get scared and leave his phone and get his phone stolen by Roland, the mariachi player, so that they could sell it to the tabloids of DMZ.
And we were like, oh, okay, this is the plot. I get it. He's trying to smear her as having a relationship with him, and judges can't be in relationships with the contestants, so it'll disqualify her, and then she'll lose her career, and that's going to be his revenge. No,
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. It's just that PUP
gets depressed
sad.
and watches
watches
the Astronaut Dogs show.
I'm alright.
Well, he's fucking high as shit.
I'm
He's
alright.
watching it from the moon himself.
No, man, I'm alright. I already forgot the Alamo. I'm good. I got that space dust. You know what I'm saying?
So then they kidnap Scrappy and PUP right after that.
Well, they kidnap Scrappy, and PUP sees Scrappy getting kidnapped, and then
kidnaps himself.
He dognaps himself.
Right.
To follow them. I guess. To dog
he jumps
prison.
in with their dog prison in the back of like their dog prison van where all the prisoners are. But they don't notice that he's a prisoner when they get to the prison. He just puts on a police uniform after that.
He puts on a police dog uniform, yeah, while still wearing his
PUP
bling.
Bling, because he has a big chain that says PUP.
I feel like he should have had a big clock, right?
Yes.
Like, just way too big for a dog. That would have been funnier.
This is incomprehensible.
Anyways, after PUP and Scrappy go to dog prison with the rest of the parents by dognapping themselves with Kato, the assassin, and Roland.
Just repeat that sentence again and think about what your life is, Boix.
No.
No, I refuse to have any kind of thought process about where we are in our lives.
It cuts back to Julio at Tiny's house, taking a shower, singing poorly, as the girl walks in and records him in the shower.
Because, you know...
Just because?
One sexual assault deserves another? Why did they do this in a kids movie?
She can show the parents later that Julio singing in the shower is just as bad as Julio singing in practice when Bark isn't lip syncing.
Terrible. Yeah.
But why did it have to be in the shower? Why was there a CG dog dancing in the shower?
Why did she show her parents and her parents were just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you were just recording this dog while he was naked in our shower, this sentient being that...
Yeah, that's fucking weird, right?
Everything...
These aren't just dogs anymore. They've had their brains genetically altered by dog treats.
God, this is... I'm
telling the truth.
I know. We went from a scene of a dog forcing himself on another dog in a kids movie immediately after
Yeah.
to a child recording another person in the shower on their phone. And it's all like, no, this is fine. You're like, I just need to know the writers' names. Hello, FBI.
They also put a scene where the Chinese dog was feeding them 6-star food of eyeballs and shit.
That was so
they were
fucking racist.
They were.
Oh my god.
That was by far the worst.
That was the worst of the racism,
In
yes.
this movie.
Yeah. Of
Like, I mean,
Chinese food, real Chinese food's gross. Yeah.
So they get abducted. The child has recorded Julio in the shower, which is fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then the parents go to dog prison, where they're all thrown in individual prison cells. All the prisoners are let free to roam, because it's not actually dog prison, it's dog day camp. I guess. For prisoners. And then Bark gets...
fake.
I think the dog that Bark gets to be his double was in the first movie. I think. As a double. Because Bark was doing the exact same lip-syncing catfish thing with this dog in the first movie, which is how Bark got caught. Because he was already, I think, removed early in that movie.
Yeah, there was something like that. Yeah,
there was something. So he uses him as a patsy to take his place while he's off, because people might ask questions, unlike all the other times he was out.
Yes, unlike every other time that he's been out kidnapping all of these parents and families from around the globe.
I guess. And then the parents find out because of an incident where the assistant who was fired is at the rehearsal, even though he's been fired.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason.
He just loves his job, man.
It's not his fucking job anymore. he pulls a cord out, which causes the catfish microphone to stop working. So they hear Julio singing very poorly, which is the same as how he sang in the shower. See, look at this video I took.
Okay, and I have a quick thing to put in there. You might be going, wait a minute. They unplugged the lip syncing, and then the dog that was on stage was singing? That's
yes,
not how lip syncing works.
It would have just been quiet, but no, when that cord came unplugged, the dog's voice came back, you see.
He starts singing immediately. He just picks up singing instantly. I also love, they do that earlier too, where we were like, wait, hold up, wait. Because Bark is in the middle of lip syncing for, like, he's singing while Julio's on stage. Yeah. And then he starts whispering instructions for Julio to do. And think about that for a moment. And then realize, wait. What? that would go over the system. That's the whole point of the lip syncing. Yes. Yep. That's correct. Yep. You are correct. Yes. That's fucked. It's what?
So
anyway.
And the housekeeper mom
keeper
finds Julio's canine correction facility guest pass, even though Julio was never at the canine correctional facility.
No.
So I don't know what that was about. And
don't worry, they don't either.
That mixed with the shower singing and Tiny hearing the singing that matches the shower singing means that, you know, he had to have gone to dog prison or something, and he's evil. So then they Google canine correctional facility. Because they don't know what that means. Fucking. And then they go to the dog prison dressed as accountants.
Yes.
I guess.
Because they're going to audit as a surprise.
To audit it.
And then they meet.
But PUP was already in there, I think, as a guard.
Yeah.
Which he sees Scrappy and they wink, and then he's like, "Hey, Scrappy, your rhymes are fucking whack, dog."
Yo, let's throw down. And the warden and all of the other dogs are like, yeah, let's just open the prison up and let them have a rap battle. Also, they were like, let's have a surprise audit. should we get rid of all of these kidnap victims that we have in the cells and put the dogs back in their jail cells?
No.
No.
So then they have an epic rap battle. Which is certainly good.
With the police dog beatboxing all of the backing track, which includes explosions and police sirens, and this is the police
fucking
squad.
police academy.
The police academy. Yeah. Sorry,
it's that guy.
Yeah.
The space balls. We got the bleeps. We got the creeps.
We got them all.
Yeah, that guy. And then his rhymes, PUP's rhymes are like, "Yo, your food in prison sucks."
He can't lock me down. I'm going back to the circus because you're nothing but clowns.
Oh shit!
Sad clowns, that is. Oh, yeah.
You can yap all you want about how it's a crime, but here you're just another bad dog doing the time. Your pathetic little rhymes can't help you now. You'll soon be eating those words with your prison chow. Bon appetit, jailbird.
Not so fast, hot shots.
Anyways, the rap battle changes the heart of the prison guard who was left. Who was left?
Works has his head in his hands. I just want to explain. Keep going.
I fucking hate this. Who was left to guard all the real prisoners, which are the parents and family members. And he decides, you know what? That rap battle was good. Good enough for me to cause a mutiny against the warden. Fuck Roland, actually. Now, did they rap about a mutiny and about how prison is bad? No. So I don't know what changed his mind. But it was enough to make the Jersey Bomb swoon for him.
Yeah. So then they call out the judges. On the other side, the other people are calling out the judges as being like, oh, you guys are under the spell of Julio because of this plot. And they go, yeah, but he's got our families kidnapped. What can we do?
And this is after the assistant had already wandered into the recording room for Bark and Kano.
Yes.
And then he
got
got
all
grabbed.
Their fetish gear.
Yeah, he got grabbed and
decided to wear
thrown
all
into
of it.
fetish gear.
That's the only
including
thing I can think of.
A fun chewy bone in his mouth attached with rope.
Yeah. And dog collar. And,
the whole thing. Yep.
I've seen these websites.
And then the kid wanders in and sees all this with Julio talking with them. And then she walks out and is like, hey, by the way, Bark's here. And that's when Bark shows up. And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking blackmailing everybody, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I've been here the whole time. Everyone knows it. And you're like, wait, do we?
You know it.
Do we know it?
You know it. You know it. I'm killing your family. Killing your family. Killing your
family.
Okay.
So Julio goes up to do his number, and they unplug his stuff during the middle of that. So that
during the middle of it, well, not really, because what happens is PUP walks out during the Julio performance, which rattles Julio so much that he starts talking while Bark is still singing.
Yes,
and this is after the family has escaped canine correctional facilities by stealing something that only one person can drive. A car. They're
like, wow, do you think you can drive that? I'm like, it's a bus. It's like not even a big bus. It's just like a bus.
You see, I was a driver in the Mexican military, so I know how to drive this car.
What? It's a car. You had gas and brake, motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
And the way they escape sneakily so the guards don't notice
is by smashing through a guard tower and through the fence.
Yes. And nobody saw a thing.
No one noticed. All of those bodies never saw anything ever again.
They killed a couple people.
Oh yeah, no, there's guards in the tower. They show them fall out and get buried under the rubble. Yeah. There's obvious violence and death in that. It's kind of amazing.
And then it cuts back to the show. Julio gets I guess exposed with Bark. And they immediately arrest Bark. Kano, who was there too, I guess. And they also arrest Julio because he was a victim, I guess.
He was kind of a willing participant.
He's kind of a willing accomplice, but I don't know if that would hold up in dog court, which they didn't show. But I know dog court exists.
Listen,
I know dog court exists in this world. Of
course it does, because there's dog correctional facilities, which also then means that there is dog crime and dog criminals. So
there's
a dog
absolutely
underworld.
dog crime. Yeah, well, we know about the dog underworld because there's the dog assassin.
There's the dog assassin. The implications of this universe are like 1,000 times more interesting than anything they do with it, and it's so fucking fun to watch because of that, but also it's so fucking boring and awful.
It's so boring. And then it also cuts back to the parents and the family members, and they're all like, the Jersey mom married the correctional facility mutiny dog.
Mm-hmm.
The Simon Growl's dad is drinking at the pub because he's English, I guess.
Yeah.
The Jamaican kids are torturing Roland with an electric shock collar in prison, which they think is very fun, and Bob Marley's like, that's my boys.
Yeah.
They love that torture.
That's... The interesting thing about that is there's like there's generally like just a trope about each country on these things. So I'm like, what do they think about Jamaica? What is because like the English guy goes back to the pub, and like everybody goes back to like a very tropey or stereotypical.
But the Jamaican kids stayed in
thing.
prison to torture Roland.
Yes.
And that's my kids.
That's my boys. Anyway.
And then Scrappy put out a new record or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't really give a shit.
And how's PUP doing?
He's all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
Go see the
and
space
then
dog.
Tiny did some fucking speech about, we shouldn't just let the actions of some bad dogs affect the entirety of our reality show music thing. And we should tell these dogs that can sing that they're good dogs, and some of them should win too, because they weren't cheaters, unlike that other dog, Julio. And the moral of the story is, we still want advertising money. Please watch our show.
Please don't cancel us. I'm a big star because of this. If it gets canceled, then I lose my contracts. My agent will be pissed.
Please buy my Christmas album coming out this holiday season.
Let's rate the dogs.
This fucking movie, dude.
All of Air Bud Entertainment is wild, but I feel like when they start getting to Pup Star is when they just go way off the fucking rails.
Well, in theory, so here, before we rate the dogs.
Yes.
This is just the first movie. Right?
Again, yeah.
It's the four dogs.
Rehash, yes.
It's the same judges. Each of them has one song that they each play twice. They go around. The Bark is the villain. He's lip syncing for somebody to cheat, and then he gets caught and arrested, and then nothing changes and nothing happens. Right? So it's just the first movie again, but
yeah,
they could use different types of music this time, I guess.
I have a wait. Is this? Oh my god, this isn't the second movie in the series.
Was it the Christmas movie?
No.
Oh my god.
It was...
There's another one.
There's Pup Star Better Together, which was the actual sequel. This is the... Oh my god, no, the Christmas one was first. Then Better Together. This is the fourth in the Pup Star franchise.
That is terrible news. Why would you tell me this?
I was gonna say, well, we gotta watch the next one to find out if it just is the same movie again.
Well,
but apparently, it's actually, this is the fourth one already. So
they all have to be the same movie then, if this is the same as the first one.
We'll have to watch Pup Star Better Together to find out.
It's just gonna be Bark lip syncing for a dog and then getting arrested after his assassin dog fails to assassinate Tiny. It's the same movie. And in this case, they were trying to assassinate Tiny the same way they tried to assassinate Blade and Blade Trinity by canceling them on social media. Yes. Right? Like, anyway.
My brain is like literally screaming. That wasn't me. That was involuntary.
Yeah, I'm alright. Let's rate the dog. Bark. Bark's a piece of shit who tries to catfish Tiny through Julio, who's a piece of shit. They're both pieces of shit, and they both should go to hell, but Julio has way worse CG dancing.
Oh my god. Julio is a white dog. Like, he's like kind of like a Jack Russell Terrier cross, probably.
Yeah,
like
with a
that.
big spot on his eye.
White and black, yeah. Like, when they CG Julio,
it's like a gray
They
dog.
just make him gray. They just make him straight gray, because they're just like, I don't know, we can't do black and white with spots. They're like, okay, well, what's in between that? Gray? Just do gray all over. Just do the whole thing gray.
It's not the same dog.
No.
At all. No.
No, it's not. It doesn't look even vaguely close. It's amazing how bad it is.
So Julio's like a 0 out of 10. I hate that dog.
Mm-hmm.
Bark is like an idiot. I don't know what Bark's plan ever is.
Yeah.
Like, also 0 out of 10. Kano.
Kano. I was gonna say, I'm kind of down with Kano. Kano's amazing as a character, and just that he's constantly like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucking morons. Why don't we just kill everybody? This is the easiest thing. Like, what we do.
Roland,
all right, I have a gun.
We can stop speaking like racist Jamaicans and just abduct these children. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, bro, hey, listen, okay. I have a new plan.
Yeah.
Your plan was to go to Jamaica, get dressed as Jamaican people, and
like a Rasta man,
and do a very terrible racist accent. My plan is to go to Jamaica, get a gun, and put them in a car, a windowless van. Let's do my plan.
Like, this is just a good dog.
He's a good dog. He's a smart good dog. If he got away from Bark and just stopped being a mercenary for hire and developed his own plans, this man would take over the world. He could be president. He could be the biggest criminal of all, the U.S. president.
He could have Kano bucks.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. It could just be Tuesdays for him all the time.
But no, Roland's holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Roland and Bark. Yeah.
And Bark. Easily a Street Fighter the movie out of 10.
Yes. All the other... So I'm going to lump the contestants...
The rest of them.
Together. I had a note at one point with regards to when they introduced China, because the dog is really, really, really cute. That was...
And then it goes... Rah, 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 rah.
Yes. Well, until they animate the mouth and they make her do like an operatic singing thing, and so they make her mouth go way too goddamn wide for a dog, and it's terrifying. But before that, my note was very cute but very racist dog, and I'm just gonna go ahead and rate all of the contestants
very cute,
with that.
But very
racist. Very racist.
Yes. And then of course there's PUP.
And he's alright.
Yeah, he's alright. You know. That's Pup Star World Tour, the fourth in the series.
We've only watched 2 of them though, so that means that we've got 2 more, boys.
Fuck.
Hooray!
But we need to know the Pup Star World lore.
I'm kind of curious as to what Better Together then is, if it's between these. What happens in that one?
I mean, it's the same movie, but what's going to be added to the lore? That's the question.
Right? Well, like, and what... That had to be when PUP came in, because I do not remember PUP.
I don't remember PUP or Scrappy, so Scrappy must have won the second one.
Yes. So Scrappy and PUP must be in the second. Because
it was definitely Tiny, the first one. That Tiny one.
Yes. Fuck, I hate that we know this.
Piece it together.
If you wanna help us learn more about Pup Star and its world lore, you can help us out by following us on social media, like on Blue Sky or Co-host, where we're Rough Cuts Cast, or you can send us emails at roughcutscast@gmail.com if you have like any questions or you want to do suggestions for movies, things like that. You can also, of course, support us on Patreon, because we pay money
And
these
also
movies a
get
lot of the
episodes
time.
early.
And get episodes early, and we do put up some like extra little bits and stuff here and there too. We're trying to put up some more stuff like that, like just little cut content and things like full rap songs from the movies if you want to hear them. if you desire to know Cybermutt, whoa, 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 and how that whole song goes, and about how Cybermutt can't piss anymore, you can learn about that on our Patreon by giving us like $1 a month. That's the minimum. That's all you have to do, and you get everything. I'm gonna go eat some Einstein dog treats in hopes that it devolves
Really?
me.
Yeah,
like
I was
Super
gonna.
Mario movie, so that
I wasn't
no
gonna get
longer
the
have to
Einstein
think about
shit.
this.
No, the Einstein shit's gonna make you way more aware. You want to get the sativa. No, man.
Oh, that's the one that you watch the Space Dog. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to get the.
Okay. I'll talk to my my pup tender. Instead of bud tender. Because it's,
Yeah.
jokes are funnier if you explain them. Goodbye.